We are following breaking news this morning. Officials say one woman is dead after police say an ambulance and vehicle collided earlier this morning.
3 other people taken to the hospital as well during that collision. Erica Cost live in Rochester with what we know at this hour. Erica, good morning.
Good morning, Mark and Leah. Well, what we have here is a loss of life. 23-year-old city resident, a young woman, died in this crash. And as you mentioned, AMR ambulance was involved here. I'll step aside so you can see what was a very active scene just a few hours ago is starting to wrap up. You can still see the ambulance there. This happened around 1 a.m. last night. We are on North Goodman intersecting Central Park. Again, officers say the AMR ambulance was responding to a medical call when this happened. No patients were on board, just 2 employees. They're at the hospital, expected to survive, we're told. Now, in the other car, 3 people were inside. That 23-year-old I mentioned was pronounced dead at scene. The 2 other occupants, 23-year-old Rochester woman and 19-year-old Irondequoit woman. One was taken to an area hospital for non-life-threatening injuries, and the other was not injured. Now, as I mentioned, very active scene starting to wrap up, but we still have some questions like what was the nature of this crash, and we'll work to find those details and bring you the latest as we get it. Mark and Leah.
Erica, thank you for the live update. Also, police responding to another crash last night, this one on Dewey Avenue around 11 o'clock. Officials tell us 4 cars were involved. 5 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, including a 2-year-old child. One of the drivers was arrested and charged with DWI. Investigators say speed and alcohol were factors in that crash.
In other news this morning, we're told President Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin made progress during their first in-person summit as world leaders, but remain profoundly divided on issues like cyber attacks and human rights.
Joined once again by Washington correspondent Jesse Tenora this morning, live in Washington, D.C. Jesse, good morning. So where does the relationship between the U.S. and Russia stand after this important meeting?
Yeah, good morning. It certainly depends on who you ask, but President Biden, during his press conference yesterday before heading back here to Washington, said that he does think that there are at least prospects to move their relations forward without sacrificing anything from the U.S. side. And so exactly as of this morning, nothing has really changed because President Biden said we really have to wait and see in the next 3 to 6 months is the true test to see if Putin comes through on some of his promises, specifically when it comes to things like cybersecurity. The 2 leaders did say in their separate press conferences that they both did agree to have experts from both countries weigh in on what exactly should be left out from potential cyber attacks. There was definitely sectors brought up from energy to water systems to healthcare. And so we could see some potential movement on that.
All right, Jesse, thank you so much for your coverage of this. The 2 held separate press conferences, as she mentioned, after that meeting. And
we'll continue to follow that. In the meantime, as always, we are following James Gilbert's forecast on this Thursday morning. A chill in the air, James, to start. But we are going to get a nice bump in temperatures later on, right? I
honestly think in the next hour or so, we're going to see a bump in temperatures. Those numbers should increase very quickly, which will be nice to see. We're in the 40s right now. I wore a jacket into work, and I think it's probably jacket worthy, as I mentioned, probably for the next hour or so. If you don't walk out of the house until 8 a.m., you're probably going to be good because we'll see temperatures climb very quickly. I think we get into the 70s, maybe even upper 70s. If you're cruising over to the golf course, it should be a comfortable one, a gorgeous day to just be out and about if you can. A sunscreen-worthy day as well. We'll have the bus stop forecast coming up.
James, thank you. Taking a look at the roads with our sunrise traffic as well. As we mentioned a short time ago, that crash on North Goodman Street, they have cleared the scene and the roads will be opening up in just a matter of minutes. 390, 490 you see here, and 590 all on time at last check. A Rochester mother charged with the murder of her 3-month-old daughter is scheduled to be arraigned later today.
That death has been ruled a homicide, and the woman is charged with murder in the 2nd degree. Investigators say Mabel Enid Rosado Delgado brought the baby to the Rochester General Hospital Sunday morning. The baby, who officials say suffered from severe trauma, was pronounced dead 30 minutes after arriving at the hospital. The Monroe County Medical Examiner's Office ruled that the baby died due to blunt force trauma.
A house heavily damaged by fire last night in Greece. Here are the pictures. Firefighters responding around 10 o'clock heavy flames were coming from both floors of that home, we're told. Witnesses say everyone got out safely. The cause of that fire is under investigation.
Rochester police are still searching for suspects in a shooting on Bartlett Street that left one man dead yesterday. Police responding to the area around 1 p.m. for the report of multiple shots fired. When officers arrived, they found a 30-year-old man shot in the upper body. He was pronounced dead at the scene. RPD officials say the community needs to work together to stop this uptick of gun violence.
It is part of a nationwide trend, but again, that's no excuse. We need to do better as a whole, as a community and as a department. Just like I said, we're putting every resource we have into these, but it is an epidemic nationwide that everyone's forced to deal with.
If you have any information about that fatal shooting, you're being asked to call 911.
Now, in the midst of this uptick in gun violence, Rochester City Council members are split as to whether to increase or decrease funding for the Rochester Police Department. Some say investing in community resources will help bring an end to the violence, while other council members say defunding police will only lead to more issues.
I think some of the council members wanted to see the budget take a deeper cut into staffing of the RPD. I think they wanted to see more investments in some other of our services that we provide to the community, but our essential services remain stable.
Advanced Peace and Office of Neighborhood Safety had originated in Richmond, California, and with a $1.2 million investment, we could have similar outcomes, which is an 82% reduction in gun violence. But without the proper investment, we're not giving the model a chance to work.
Now, the RPD budget was reduced by nearly $5 million, most of those cuts coming from the transfer of animal services to the Department of Recreation and Human Services.
A blood drive is being held today to honor the lives of 5 young women who were killed in a car crash back in 2007. The Fairport Angels blood drive has been held in memory of Hannah Congdon, Bailey Goodman, Meredith McClure, Sarah Monat, and Katie Shirley every year. The 5 died just days after their high school graduation. The blood drive will happen at St. John of Rochester in Fairport. That's from 1 until 7 p.m.
Time now for a check of the GRE Morning Business Report. A large British study found that Regeneron's antibody cocktail reduces the risk of death when given to some patients with severe COVID-19. Regeneron's therapy has already been granted emergency use status in the U.S., but the results underscore its efficacy.
Service is back to normal for Southwest Airlines. About half of its flights were canceled or delayed this week, leaving thousands of travelers temporarily stranded. The airliner says it experienced 2 technical glitches in a 24-hour period. Southwest says the problem has been fixed.
Ford Broncos shipping out this week for the first time in more than 2 decades. The all-new 6th generation 2021 Bronco 2-door and first ever Bronco 4-door model are being shipped to dealers and then customers here in North America. Production of the original Bronco ran from 1965 to 1996.
Well, consumers are expected to spend more than $20 billion this Father's Day. That's about $3 billion more than last year and would be a record high, according to the National Retail Federation. A simple card is still the most popular, with 59% saying they'll toast dad with one of those. Nearly half of those celebrating will spend more money on outings, clothing, and electronics this year.
All right, here's what some folks might be talking about at the water cooler this morning. There is still time to master the grill this summer. Reynolds is looking for one rookie to learn the art of the barbecue. The payout, $10,000. Newbie grillers can apply for the gig by sending Reynolds your best grill fail photo. Future grill masters have until tomorrow to apply.
Grill fail. Have you had any of those?
Not really, no.
Okay, not once but twice my husband almost caught the house on fire.
Oh my goodness.
No.
I would call that a fail, but we didn't take any pictures of that.
Yeah, I've had a complaint or two through the years, but I don't know if I'd go to the full grill fail cars. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I cook a way too large piece of meat, so it's not done soon enough, and then you're not eating until 3 hours after, and then every person that was supposed to be eating is calling it a fail because they had to leave or they,
But how did it turn out?
It was great because everybody was gone, and
you got to eat the whole thing.
I got to eat the whole thing.
There's a plan.
It's always
have
a silver
plan.
lining.
Yes, exactly. And start early is a good technique there. For those kids that are getting on the bus stop early, it's chilly to start the day, but boy, oh boy, it's probably exciting to go because the end is near for some of these kids. Sunshine, temperatures climb into the mid to upper 70s. A beautiful day there. And as I pull up the 8-day forecast, I know it's actually a pretty big prom weekend for some kids. So maybe Friday or Saturday it's prom, and go out there and enjoy it. Should be nice.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS This Morning is up next. Have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.